special episode for MoreMito Monday Call. How regenerating mitochondria can reverse serious health conditions that baffle doctors, as well as high blood pressure causes, consequences, and answers. So here we go. This is our first black screen introduction. We're not your doctors. Check with your doctor first. Listen to the call, and you see how this changes inside of your life. The call for the Monday and the Saturday calls 608-906-0003. And here we go.
This is a full AI interaction.
Conference line. The call will begin in a moment. And I'll be about 45 minutes early, everybody, so she decided to come back. And she made it. That's good. Glad she made it. Who else is with us? Give us your name. Tell us where you're calling from.
Hi.
1 minute to start.
It's Olivia and John in Puerto Rico.
Hello, you two. It is so great to hear your voice every time I hear it.
Yes,
Yes.
and Dale, we
Thank
got
you.
a special thing right now. We're live on YouTube because we got so many followers. And the MoreMito Call, we might get it in a lot of countries tonight. We got a big
We're
celebration.
excited to share.
Amen.
Yes,
John and Olivia, you guys always take it a step further. That is so great.
yes.
Good to have you with us. And who else has joined us? 30 seconds. We like this rocket. Who's with us? Hello from Michigan. And I think I heard Alma. Alma. The elevator. Alma, please. Alma. All right. Wide open object there. Good to have you with us. And with that, we are going to get started on this important. The conference is now.
Patient mode. Your line is muted. Call recording is on.
Listen, my name's Dale Bonet. A little bit about my background. Out of college, I went to work for a company called Procter & Gamble. I had a great time there. I rose into management in the food and beverage division. They had 7 different divisions. I was in food and beverage. My brands included Folgers Coffee, Citrus Bill, Orange Juice, Sunny Delight, Hawaiian Punch, lots of great food brands as well. And the thing, my time there got me interested in nutrition. I resigned, came into this industry, and met an important individual named Roger Hill. The thing that struck me about Roger was his intellect. He's got, I believe, a God-given mind. He just has an analytical approach to the way he approaches everything. He just soaks it all in and then moves forward with a great decision. I call it a unique ability to find the corners in a circle. Roger's got that ability, and his intellect served him well in his career at NASA. Roger used to take regular meetings with people you can read about in the history books. And I don't know what could be a better career than that unless it was getting recruited by the Pentagon and spending years at the Pentagon, which Roger did as well. So Roger, through that whole time, was doing his own personal deep dive into health and nutrition and wellness because of curiosity, also family issues he was trying to solve. And same thing, he resigned, retired, came into this industry. That's where I met him. And he gained an incredible reputation here, not just for the success, but he gained a reputation for building pay plans for the industry, compensation plans. Except his was different. Roger understands that you reward the people are the company. Seems like pay plans in this industry, everything always breaks, things don't balance, one leg is out of whack, so all the money goes back to the company. You leave it on the table. Roger doesn't do it that way. It's the people that matter, and it's the people who get paid here. And he took all that experience, all that knowledge, all that intellect, brought it here, planted his flag at MoreMito, and we're blessed that he runs this company. He's our CEO, and he teamed with a brilliant research scientist named Dr. Bevan Elliott. Dr. Bevan has created something incredibly unique, and we're the only company that has it. It's called XDS. It's the delivery system. Listen, it doesn't matter what's in your product if your body can't use it. XDS allows our products not just to get through your cell walls, but through the walls of your mitochondria. We actually increase the mitochondria in your body back to the age of when you were a toddler. We're the only product that does that. Listen, you don't run out of the Ultramito line of products and go to Walmart and get anything like them. There is nothing like the Ultramito line. People only get it from this company, and they get it from you. So that's why we're all here to hear more about all this. I'm going to turn the call over now to our CEO, Roger Hill. Roger, are you there?
Glad to be with you, Dale.
Okay, I hear you, buddy. Take it away.
All right, and great to be with so many of you as well. You know, we look forward to doing our health and wellness calls each week. And each week we continue that topic tonight, but this week we're talking about blood pressure, its causes, its consequences, and we're going to give you some answers. We've got an expert standing by. We're going to give you some review. So before we get into all of that, let me introduce you to us, particularly if you're new. By now you may know that we're a nutraceutical company, and that we're noted for making some profoundly effective products for people and their pets. That's because of some very special technology that our scientist, Dr. Devin Elliott, created. You know, he's actually pioneering a new way to make all of us healthier. And I think it's based on a really simple concept. What he wants to do is increase the amount of energy that your cells can produce. You know, isn't that kind of common sense? Doesn't everything take energy? You know, if I go in your house right now and I start turning down the electricity, wouldn't your light start to dim? At some point, wouldn't your appliances start to malfunction, ultimately split all together? And your body's kind of like that. Started out early in life, you had a lot of what's called mitochondria that would be the components of the cells that actually produce the energy. By the time you get to 80 or 90, for a lot of reasons, you might be down to 5 or 10%, right? Kind of common sense. That works better on less energy. So along the way, you can lose function as your mitochondria energy be greater. Okay? So what Dr. Elliott wants to do is special technology to make that happen. It's called XPS. That stands for Exponential Delivery System. With that, you can deliver what I call nutritional care packages deeper to your cells and even deeper into your mitochondria, where major things can happen, like turning back the clock on your age when you were younger. You had more mitochondria, so therefore your cells could do more things in a more healthy way. So created a product line for us. It's called UltraMito. Dale's going to tell you about that, and I'm going to come back. We're going to hear about this topic and hear about the folks that introduced that a lot of success.
You are well.
Using that technology we're talking about.
You are well.
Dale.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, everyone. The first product I want to mention is called Rejuvenate.
Thank you,
And
Dale.
Rejuvenate is our topical gel
Yes,
for
Dale.
your
Thank you.
skin from head to toe. You even massage it into your scalp, put it in your hair, and it's for anything that disturbs your skin. That could be a cut, a blemish, a bump, a mole, a scrape, a skin tag, anything. And it doesn't just sit on your skin. It soaks deep down through your skin, down into your tendons, to your ligaments, your muscles, and your joints. Gets into your back, your knees, your hands, any discomfort, any issues you've got, pain-related discomfort, you're going to find major changes. And listen, we've got testimonials on the website about the effect it's had for some people on their wrinkles and on their cellulite. We've got an incredible testimonial, 2 of them now, about painful varicose veins and the dramatic impact it can have there. And I should also mention, if you know anybody, maybe even you have a sensation in your hands or feet that can cause tingling and discomfort, listen, you're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned, everything and more. And now I want to talk about Restore 3.0, our first, third generation product. Dr. Devin has truly created something miraculous here, using 2 ancient superfoods as the base. Those superfoods are olive leaf, olive oil, and black seed. Listen, they've both been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human body. They found black seed oil, black seed, when they opened King Tut's tomb. But Dr. Benton's been able to take several elements in each and use them in a special way. As an example, with olive oil, he's taken several elements and uses them to tune up your cells. And when we can tune up, detoxify your cells while increasing your mitochondria, that's our uniqueness. That's the thing that makes us different, one of a kind. That's our name. MoreMito, short for mitochondria. When we can do that, we help your body work the way it's supposed to, the way it should, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. Dr. Bevan also uses black seed, several elements there, to help your body create more of a certain thing. What is that thing? Well, it's energy, cellular energy, real energy, steady and strong, no jitters. It's not like the kind of energy hit you get from caffeine or sugar with a big high and then a big crash. Cellular energy is steady and strong. Imagine being able to do something and do it all the way through to conclusion without a need for breaks and rest. What about doing something recreational, a long bike ride, and having a very short recovery time? Imagine being able to live life again to its fullest on your terms. Well, it's there with cellular energy. I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Benton has blended together into Restore 3.0. 44 ingredients that are properly balanced. You'll hear at some point that you'll get the knowledge that having too much of one thing can overpower and cancel another. You take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if a third of them aren't wasted because they're canceled by the other things you're doing. Properly balanced, amazing things happen, but truly amazing things happen when XDF gets it into your cells for your body to use like nothing else you can take. Final thing I want to mention is pet restore. You cannot give people restore to your pet. Dr. Benton took the things out of people restore, created an incredible product for the important members of our family. And listen, if you've got a dog that can't climb the stairs anymore, that is hobbled, doesn't move like it used to, sleeps a lot, if you've got a cat that's hacking up hairballs and shedding and has dander, listen, our pets are closer to the bad chemicals, the things in the carpet, the things in the grass. They also suffer from allergies, and they can't tell us when they're hurting. We can tell, though. And if you want to bring your cat or dog back to puppy or kitty stage, then you give them Pet Restore. Listen, dogs, cats, they don't fake it. Animals don't fake it. There's no placebo effect either. They act different because it's working, or they don't. There's none of this, gee, I think I kind of feel better. When you see your dog running around and playing with a ball and wanting to go on a walk, you know you've got something that works. So 3 products. Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, and Pet Restore. There is nothing like them. To hear more about the effects they can have, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dale. I'm having a few technical difficulties tonight, but Dale's going to have to play all the interviews for me, okay? So, Dale, let me know if you can't hear me or any of that happens, all right?
You got it.
Okay. All right, we are talking about a really important topic today. We're talking about high blood pressure, causes, consequences. We want to give you some answers. So we pointed out on Saturday that it's really an epidemic. It's an epidemic that's not talked about. Nearly half of the regular population has high blood pressure. The adult population, and among African Americans, it's way higher than that, like 50, 60%. Okay, so most of us either have it or know someone who does. But it has serious consequences. Dr. Dr. Dan got into that, gave us great orientation. He gives us a little bit tonight. But I want to start out by talking about how mitochondria are related to all of this. What happens when you have high blood pressure because of diseases or emotional states or medications that might have been prescribed for it makes your blood vessels less flexible, and it damages various parts of your body, starting with those cells that line your blood vessels and endothelial cells. It's really like go everywhere. So various parts of your body can be damaged. It leads to many devastating consequences. You heard from some folks on Saturday like Renita from Memphis who was going into menopause because of hormones, and she had high blood pressure, which she's never had high blood pressure before in her life, right? You heard from Ron Long up in Spokane, where Dale is, who's diabetes, high blood pressure, etc., and gone blind, has many consequences, heart problems, all those kinds of consequences. And became much healthier once you got on our technology. So there are lots of consequences to this. But by growing back mitochondria, we increase your body's ability to repair itself like it did when you were younger. So I want Dr. Ellie to kind of give you more takes on that. Dale, Dr. Ellie.
What we will also do, here's the big one, and it is the biggest one, is we reset your mitochondria. We recycle the ones that are damaged, and we turn up the energy in the ones that are functional. And once we turn up that energy, then your body at the very basic level has enough energy in order to carry out the self-repair farther, in order to get rid of those free radicals, in order to carry out all the procedures inside the cell that protect it from all of those outside toxins, heavy metals and organic compounds and even radiation of various types, things that are not natural for you. So if we focus first on mitochondria, repair and turning up energy, then what starts happening is the DNA that your mitochondria produces to carry out mitochondrial energy production is now not damaged. Now those processes to create energy inside your cells get turned up, and then you can function better.
Okay. Okay. So our approach is basically not to directly try to deal with disease. We consider them to be all downstream consequences. What we want to do is bring back your mitochondria and thereby let your body do the rest of the work. Okay. Now, when we were planning our product line, the one you're taking right now, blood pressure, blood sugar was very, very high priority. When we got people who reported on the blood sugar aspect of it, it was a while before we heard from someone who was actually having a very serious situation going on with their blood pressure. Roger Q came on our call early on to let us know how good we were doing. Dr. Dan did an interview with him. Dr. Dan with Roger Q.
Folks, I have Roger Q with me, and Roger and I have both been taking the Restore product, and we've been taking the Rejuvenate Gel and some of the other products. But Restore is changing people's lives. I mean, it's a phenomenal product that Dr. Ellie has created. So, Roger, tell people what's going on with you. What effect have you seen with Restore product?
Well, thank you, Dr. Dan. It's amazing. We've been on about a month now, and when I first started, my doctor wanted to put me on a second blood pressure pill because I could not get my blood pressure down from the lowest I could get would be 145 to maybe 82 or something like that. So I got on the Restore, and the third day was amazing. All of a sudden, the blood pressure started to drop. Yesterday, I took my blood pressure, and it was 109/67.
Wow. Now, folks, that's an important thing to remember. If you take a product like Restore that lowers blood pressure, you do need to work with your doctor because your blood pressure medicines is pushing it down. The Restore has a normalizing effect on blood pressure. We're not sure how it does all that, but a lot of people are reporting it. Now, did your wife also have problems with this?
Yes, I was going to say that, and my wife is, unfortunately, she's had a lot of health issues. She got autoimmune disease, Hashimoto, thyroid, all that. And for the last 10, 15 years, she's been struggling with health issues. And her heart rate, one of the bigger things too, was her heart rate was around 100 all the time, a little bit more. And she's on 2 different blood pressure medicines as we speak. Still only getting it down to maybe 139/81, something like that. Well, somewhat the same effect is happening with her, as her blood pressure is down now to 128/72. And the exciting thing, the most exciting thing to me is her heart rate now is 85.
Okay, okay, fantastic. I mean, it still needs to be a little bit lower, and it probably will work its way on down, to the 70, 72, 75 area. But 85 is livable.
Compared to what it was, I'm excited.
Oh, I know. I can imagine trying to fall asleep with my blood pressure, my pulse rate, and that's fantastic.
We're really excited based on the results that we're having. Like I said, it's, as you get older, then it's supposed to be the golden years, and it seems like, getting old ain't for the weak. So I think we got a product that's definitely helping us, getting us on the right track anyway.
Okay. Thank you very much, Roger, and I appreciate it.
One of the most surprising things to me is that almost all the people I know that are on blood pressure medication still don't have normal blood pressure. Interesting, right? And on top of that, the long-term consequences of medication could be kidney damage, for example. So these things that really ought to be temporary end up being a lifetime situation for many of us. And that could be very damaging in the long run. So Dr. Elliott's created for us a very adaptive genetic formulation to let your body make these adjustments. We've even had a situation where a husband and wife both had blood pressure, one with high blood pressure, the other with low blood pressure. We get on our technology, one with low blood pressure, his blood pressure comes up, the one with high blood pressure comes down. It's just so much better if you can let your body adjust. So by all means, as you heard Dr. Davis said, do the concert, which is done. Now, as we age, as we get older, things change. Greg Thompson, my good friend up in Canada, my interview with him, let's listen to that, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Say, okay, so tell me again, what was your blood pressure before you started using the story?
Somewhere in the 30s and the 30s and around 80, 85. I never accepted total contact until I started having a health issue. And now I'm quickly around 112 over 60 or 110 over 52 or something along that line.
What was your blood sugar doing over that time? I got the impression that your blood pressure was kind of drifting high. What was happening with your blood sugar?
Well, it used to be, when I was younger, around 100 in that scale, but at the A1C, I was getting up to 5.8, 5.9, so I was pre-diabetic. I'm about 60, 63. They said, well, you're on, and all my family is diabetic, so just obviously the case. Being on Restore, my A1C now is somewhere between 5 and 5.3.
So healthy blood sugar being 5.6, you've gone from extreme towards pre-diabetic back to where you're very normal.
Yeah.
85.
All right. Okay, so what about any aching hurts and discomfort and everything? How about your mobility?
Well, when that was talking to years ago, I had to go up down 2 flights of stairs when I was going out, and sometimes I'd be afraid to get up and down the stairs. You never know what day my knees would be so sore that I almost think crippling pain on my knees. Even the day after I'm relatively normal now, I still keep my hand on the rail because I had so much concern about that years ago. But now I have a little bit of pain in my knees, not much, and if I'm going to dancing, which I do every Saturday, I put the store on 3 times before I go out, and I can last 3 hours dancing without any real just rejuvenate on, and I end up looking forward to rejuvenate. So my knee pain pretty well got away, and I have one finger that has a little bit of arthritis, and using the rejuvenate with a little bit of sore in it. It's normal. It's a little bit of, it's there, but it's not much. So, arthritis-wise, it's made a big difference in rejuvenate has. Obviously, having the Restore has done that as well. It's rejuvenate really works on it. Does a great job.
Well, it sounds like that Restore and Rejuvenate are keeping you on the dance floor.
Yeah, and I'll get there.
All right, well, thanks for sharing that, Greg.
You're welcome.
All right. Greg's an amazing dancer. I mean, he's into low except he's 70. Okay. Amazing guy. But now, let me point this out for you, particularly if you knew or haven't been up very many of these songs. Once we restore that mitochondria, all those different things that you heard him talk about can be effective. And again, your body knows how to do this. It hasn't forgotten. Those instructions are in your DNA. You just need to be energy restored to begin the renewal process. And your body can really take it. Now, emotional aspects of this play a role also. Let's get into some energy with Diane Hogan, who had blood sugar and blood pressure issues. But listen to how it affected her disposition, her productivity, all those kinds of things. Yeah, Diane. Tell me what you want to set up.
Okay, well, the main thing was my painful knee. I injured it over the years when I hyperextended it in the swimming pool and slipped. And it was terrible. I couldn't, walk very well. And then I got this terrible tight hamstring. And, well, anyway, I went to this doctor and he removed some fluid from it. And then he took my own blood and spun it around, injected it back in, and did all this stuff. And it still hurt. And I took all kinds of stuff and nothing would work. And so after taking MoreMito the other day, I thought, wow, my hamstring isn't tight anymore, my knee doesn't hurt, I'm walking normally, and I was just so excited. And my blood pressure went down also, and my blood sugar. So, and I was out of it for a week because I sold my own bottle to somebody else, and I couldn't believe how awful I felt. I mean, how bad I felt compared to how I felt before. And my oxygen too, I could tell I had more oxygen when I was taking MoreMito. When I went out dancing, I got winded. So I didn't want to do without my MoreMito anymore. So.
Indeed. Do you remember what your blood sugar and blood pressure measurements were before you started using our stuff?
It was, sometimes it was 180 over 90.
What did it come down to after restoring rejuvenating?
About 120 over 80.
Awesome. How about your blood sugar?
My blood sugar was like about 140 most of the time, and now it's down to about 100.
Wow, 100 is perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what your A1C is?
I think it was, I don't know what it is now, but I think it was around 6 or 7, which is not good, right?
It's borderline. It's 55.6 or less. Yeah, given what's happening to your fasting glucose, if you're doing 100 or that in the morning, well, the A1C would have to go down also.
Right. That's what I figured. I hate to go to medical doctors, so sometimes I go to the lab on my own.
How about your mental acuity, your emotional feelings?
Oh, definitely. My temper is a lot better. I used to have kind of a hot temper, but now I don't get upset at hardly anything. It just rolls off my back.
When it comes to getting work done, things like that, very thought it actually goes like way down. Did you notice that?
Oh yeah. I get a lot more work done. I have more ambition. I don't mind. I don't look at the dishes and say, I'll wait till tomorrow. I just do them right now.
Awesome.
That's great, because it's definitely good for the people around me too. They appreciate that.
They should be paying for your restore.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
You're more pleasant to be around.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Diane.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so I call that emotional intelligence. So when you just handle things better, things that normally would just set you off, maybe drive your blood pressure up, take you out of your game, it definitely doesn't seem to happen as much. Again, just the adaptogenic nature of this and the fact that Dr. Elliott runs that NGS process for 2 months before you get it, so it gets into your cells, gives your body the option to make all these positive changes. this marvelous thing can happen. And I want you to know that because you should know where it came from. A lot of times people don't understand it. That you're actually doing all that stuff. I mean, your body is actually doing all that stuff, right? It's not what we're doing so much with your body is doing with our technology. Okay. Now, I want you to hear from Steve Baldwin up in Philadelphia for a moment. Most of you want to hear the kind of outcomes you can get. Yeah. But it's going to be a process. And I want to talk with someone. I want to talk about that after. Yeah, Steve Baldwin up in Philadelphia. So let's go to Steve Baldwin in Philadelphia. Steve.
Hey, Roger, how you doing?
Okay.
Good, real quick. My blood pressure at one point was 160 over 105. I mean, crucial.
Yeah.
It's been going. I've been on this for at the biggest point. It was 117 over 71.
Outstanding. Thank you for sharing that, Steve. Okay. So, I want Dr. Dan to put this in perspective for you. There's something really special going on with this technology, how it interacts with your body to address every condition you talk about week in and week out. And Dr. Bond will start by on your phone also. Just join in. Dr. Dan, you've been out there in Oklahoma City on the radio doing podcasts, dealing with all these celebrities and so forth. You know a lot about this topic, so give us a little bit of wisdom on that, okay?
Well, first of all, though, that when you have high blood pressure, the effects, you may not know you have high blood pressure because it's chronic illness, but it can bring on stroke, heart attack. You don't realize that, but also blindness, loss of your limb, inability to support sexually, even you feel lethargic, you feel high strung. Now, let's talk about some of the things that can cause that. First of all, the normal thing is the clogging of the arteries that build up in there because of inflammation. Not as much, well, without the inflammation, the LDL cholesterol will not stick to that. One of the beautiful things about olive leaves and olive oil and flaxseed is they're anti-inflammatory. They help bring that inflammation down. They also, we have things that does what I'm trying to think about are, anyway, that calm the nervous system. That's so important because your adrenaline gland can cause your blood vessels to constrict, cause your kidneys to hold more sodium, which puts more fluid in your blood vessels. That's why when people go on a low carb diet, all of a sudden their blood pressure is dropping down because every gram of carbohydrate holds 2 grams of water, and it also causes the sodium that washes out. And the imbalance of minerals can also cause high blood pressure. The inability to sleep can cause high blood pressure. There's so many different things that contribute. But this product that Dr. Elliott is on approaches the health of the body in so many different directions. And we talk about mitochondrial energy, which is sort of the baseline of getting the health back to really extraordinary levels. But also the anti-stress, the anti-inflammatory, and number and the antioxidants that are involved. Because the oxidants, the free radicals, which are usually a single oxidant molecule or atom, is one of the things that's causing inflammation to your cell wall, the lining of your blood vessels. This product addresses that. Diet greatly affects this. I'd like to pass time over to a little space. Dr. Paul White is president of Eisenhower Doctor, and I think he got his medical degree in about 1920. He did his medical thesis on this new disease that was seen over in England, where people grabbed their left arm and falling over dead. And he did research on it. He said it's coming from processed flour and sugar. That back in about 1860, the amount of sugar people would eat a year was about 10.5 pounds. Now they eat 150 pounds. So he said a society that doesn't eat what we call the Western diet, on flour, sugar, starches, once they start eating that, in about 20 years, they'll start having heart attacks, high blood pressure, inflamed
associated with Western disease or syndrome madness. So people decided to check him out. He was right on the money. It takes about 20 years in society eating the way we do, and these diseases show up. They're not natural. They're diet diseases. And so diet has a lot to do with it. Lack of exercise has a lot to do with it. But now we have a nutritional product that's really helping the body repair itself. And that's what we need on top of changing our diet. And it gets more sleep. It gets us a good exercise. It drinking plenty of water. Dehydration can cause high blood pressure. It can cause low blood pressure. It's very important to drink probably about 10, 12 ounces of water every hour or every 2 hours. So Roger, I'm going to give back to you and let Dr. Boswell share. He's done a great example of living healthy and long.
Yeah, there's a lot of perspective on that sugar, I know. Dr. Boswell, do you have a comment you want to make?
Good evening. Yes. You know, when I was a baby, I used to climb up the stairs one at a time. Now at 86, I go up the stairs two at a time. My blood pressure is between 110 and 120 over 70 something. So that's just about right. Actually, when it comes to blood pressure, what you want is about 40 points between the systolic and the diastolic. The difference between those two is your pulse pressure, and that's the amount of pressure that's against the arteries as the heart is pumping blood. You don't want that pressure against the walls of the arteries to be excessive, because that can, cause a lot of internal damage in your circulation and your extremities, especially when the blood isn't flowing properly through your extremities. So you want that difference between the top, the systolic, the diastolic, the lower measure, to be about 40 points. So one of the people that you talked to tonight said that her blood pressure was down to 120 over 80. Now that's perfect for a young man. Exactly 40 points between 120 and 80, right? That's just where you want to be. So, like the Dr. Dan says, do your exercise, drink your water, and stay away from white flour and white sugar. And a good combine your foods right goes a long, long way. Avoid eating starches, protein, carbohydrates, and protein in the same meal. When you want to eat protein, just have a lot of vegetables and that sort of thing around it. For example, for dinner tonight we had chicken thighs and carrots and a nice tossed vegetable salad. That was it. That's a good combination of food. That's just the way it was meant to be. Oh, and by the way, we threw in an avocado just for good measure. Avocado is good with fat, and fat's always good for energy, especially when it comes from good food like avocado. That ought to do.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. D. Okay, so there are two parts to this process. First of all, if you have high blood pressure, or if you don't know if you have it or not, by all means, measure your blood pressure. Give us a blood pressure monitor. I use one by Omron, automatically takes my blood pressure 3 times average, so I don't have to worry about the erratic measurements. It's always getting a good reading. And take seriously the fact that if you're elevated at all, even though it's mild, that enough years of that increases growth exposure to dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay, so that's why they call this thing a silent killer. To creep up on you without you realize it. Now, lots of things can bring your blood pressure down. The advantage of having this as a adaptogenic formulation, as Dr. Elliott created with his technology, is that it lets your body do it. It can make the right decision. It knows how to do that, right? And we can not just bring that blood pressure down, the body can not just bring it down, but also it can do the repairing of the damage. So those cells that line your blood vessels, which is your ear, your heart is your affected, the kidneys, of course, all those things, we got to repair them. It's a bigger deal than just bringing down your blood pressure. And leveraging what your body already knows how to do to put you in the best possible position. Okay, with that, indispensable Dale Bonet. What do you say?
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com. Then put a / and put your username in and hit enter. You're going to be on your website. Now you know it's your web page because your name's at the top, your phone number, your email. That's the place you want to send everybody you talk to, the people that want to know what you're doing to have such an improvement. And listen, they can learn more about it. They can look at the labels. They can look at the ingredients. They can purchase, but they can also join from your website. And they should join. Listen, it's free to join this company. Joining gives you greater access because you can go to the back office. You've got a bigger library of testimonials and other things. You also become part of our emailing and texting system for these phone calls you're listening to. And again, we've created a one-of-a-kind company to support a one-of-a-kind product. There's no cost to join. There's no monthly charge to be here. There's no auto ship requirement. You don't have to be on auto ship to be in the company and participate in the remuneration program. You don't even need to buy anything. One purchase qualifies 2 people. You'll hear more about that as we go through compensation on our Thursday night webinar. Listen, if you decide to participate in the remuneration, let me point out that we don't pay monthly, we don't pay weekly, we don't pay compensation daily. We pay it every time an order is done. Your compensation is in your back office, either as Mito cash or regular cash, for you to use right when the sale happens. One-of-a-kind company, tremendous support for all of you, and I want you all to take a look in your back office. You're going to see something brand new that came in today. You'll notice at the top of the titles in your back office. Now, in between recurring orders and logout, is a new title called support. You click that, you can now put in a support ticket. Comes into us, we read it. Now there's a ticket system. Your question gets answered. The responses back are answers to the ticket until the ticket is closed because we have succeeded in answering your concern. So one more way to contact us. Know that we're here to support you. The front of the website, down at the bottom right, it's got our phone number. Call it, text it, or send us an email. That's there too. Listen, we've created an incredible product. Dr. Bevan has done something completely unique. Roger has done the same thing with this company. It's already, now the only thing left is the one thing we can't do, and that's talk to the people you know. We're here to help you do that. You know things that can change their lives. Don't hide it. Share it, and let us know how we can help. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn this back to you.
You did great, Dale. I just want to urge everybody to use that ticket system. You know, it's multiple ways that you have to contact with us. Make contact with us. It can be kind of difficult to manage. Maybe it's a text message, maybe it's an email, different sources and so forth. So if you've got a situation you need us to address, by all means, go to that support item in the back office, use the support ticket. That way we can track all of it much, much better. We'll still try to respond to your text messages and so forth, but please start using that. That's why we have to. So on Thursday, I will be doing that webinar on Thursday night. We're going to get into compensation. We're going to talk about how you can succeed at this. You have people earning full-time income right now. If you'd like to do that, or if you just like to get your product paid for, if you just like to know how this compensation plan works, I got a little bit of experience with that. So join us on Thursday night at webinar to see the announcements going out. And I'll just reiterate what Dale said about the opportunity. We created this list for the opportunity because we have so many people who need to hear what you've been hearing tonight. You know, we urge you to try this technology, put it together with your DNA, let's see what your body comes up with. If anything that we're talking about resonates with you, and you'd like to be a part of helping share this message, well, we got a Facebook group. We're going to have, you know, lots of folks taking advantage of this technology. We'd love to have you join us. So again, affiliate with us. Let's see what we can do together. So we're going to be back on next coming weekend. Our topic, Dr. Dan will be doing the nutritional counseling. We will see you then. All right, stay blessed until we see you next time.
The host has ended the
MoreMito conference line. The call will begin in a moment.
The conference will begin when the host arrives.